Hi everybody, it's Marissa here with a weekly reading for the 3rd of June 2019, and this week I'm going to be using a deck called the Illumina Tarot by Inner Hue, and I've chosen a couple of cards from the Indigo Angel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue and Charles Virtue, and I've also chosen a card from the Teenage Angel Oracle deck as an extra card. So that may have something to do with if you have teenage children, they may be, you may just need to be there for them this week. You may just need to reconnect. If you're feeling that they're on the electronics, that may be overstimulating them and making them feel a little bit out of balance, because that's the card that comes up. So that's just a message there for those of you that have teenage children, or, you know, sort of, I guess, from 11 onwards. So just keep an eye on how much screen time they're having, because it may have an impact on how they're feeling within themselves. They may need some time to get out and be in nature. So that's just the first message coming through. Okay, so let's get started. So the beginning of the week, we have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, this could be where you're feeling a little bit of inner conflict going on within yourself, or that you could have just come through a bit of a, you may have had an argument with someone, or something's going to happen around a bit of a conflict, a mental conflict at the beginning of the week. And like I said, this could be internally as well. It may be feeling like, you know, you're trying really hard and nothing's working for you, and you're feeling like you're not sure what to do next. So there's a feeling of a bit of, you know, restlessness and disconnect at the beginning of the week for some of you. This could be for others around you as well, that are feeling like they're really struggling with where they're at and what's going on at the moment. So if you can, you know, reach out to those people that are feeling that, and just let them know that you're there, and that you, if they need you, that they can reach out to you if that's the case, if you're not actually going through this, or if you're seeing this happen around you. You know, we're all in this together, so we all go through moments of feeling like we're not going anywhere, or nothing's working for us. So just know that when you feel that within yourself, this is a passing phase. It's not something too major at the beginning of the week, but there is a feeling of disconnect and conflict, and it may be, like I said, within yourself or with another. So it's a matter of, you know, finding out how you can resolve that. You know, what is going on for you where you're feeling that you can't sort of go on, or what is going on for you that's not working, and that you've been feeling like you've been really trying hard to move forward, but nothing's sort of happening for you, and maybe you're feeling a little bit let down, or you're feeling a little bit unsupported at the moment by life or by another person. So I'm just going to find something that can help with that. So just a mindset that can sort of help you with this. The World card. So it's maybe about wrapping this situation up. It's about getting to the point where you realize that you can't go any further than, you know, where you've got to in regards to that particular way, and it's for a reason. Like, there's a reason behind it. If there is conflict within yourself, it's about going within and really you know, connecting in with that place within you that's whole and complete. This is about seeing that even if things are going on outwardly, or things aren't happening as we expect them to, that everything's happening as it's supposed to. There is a higher reasoning for this. You are whole and complete regardless of what's happening externally. That's the message that's coming in. So if, you know, these conflicts and these belief systems and what we're feeling about ourselves is our sort of like our personality self, but there's a part of ourselves that is whole and complete regardless of what we're going through. And if you can just step back into that part of yourself and view the situation for what it is, and really gain some understanding, go into it a little bit deeper, you're going to find that you're going to be able to come to a bit of a completion within this and get a different perspective on it at the beginning of the week. Okay, the second card for the middle of the week is the Ten of Wands. So this could be about completing something. This could be in a completion of something that you've been putting a lot of energy into. This is about really, this could be about delegating certain things to others, so you're not feeling like you're doing everything. This is sometimes a card when we're carrying too much of the world's problems or other people's problems, and we are not really delegating that to, or giving back responsibility to that person. You know, if you are listening to other people's problems at the beginning of the week and their conflicts and such, make sure that you just hold the space. You don't actually absorb their problems and see them as something that you have to fix. Part of being there and supporting somebody is really just holding the space. It's not your responsibility to fix it for them. We're all on this journey, and we all come in with our challenges, we all come in with our gifts, and this is about recognizing that whatever we draw into our lives, or what other people draw into their lives, is understanding that they're drawing it in on some level to actually deal with certain things that they haven't dealt with or have put to the side or haven't been ready to deal with. And this is a time when they can actually start to look at it, you know, sitting above the situation and actually looking at it and working out a strategy on how to deal with that. And it's the same for you. If you're feeling overworked or overburdened, or you're taking on too much responsibility at work that isn't yours, this is a time to step back and ask yourself, what strategies, because the fox represents to me strategies, what strategies do I have in place that can help me work through this situation? Because we're not victims to the outside experience. We are very much in control of our situation, ourselves, our choices, and what it is, how we can respond to a situation. And if we're struggling to know how to do that, we may need to get outside assistance, or delegate other parts of our lives to others while we work on a specific issue for ourselves. So that may be the message coming through in the middle of the week. It's really about delegating responsibility and making sure that you only take your own responsibility for your life. Don't think that you have to solve the world's problems or everybody else's problems. You can be there to support other people, but don't take on their problems like, you know, you have to be the one that fixes it, because it takes their power away from them and it leaves them feeling that they can't do it. It's just kind of like adding to the belief that they are incapable of managing their life and their situation. So it's really about giving them back the power and giving them a bit of an encouragement and or some insight on how they can deal with it, and allow them to go off and do that. So that's the message coming through midweek. Okay, and then we have, at the end of the week, we have the Death card. So this is all about endings. This is really about something finishing sort of completely in your life. Endings are always a reflection of a new beginning. And at this time, at the end of the week, it might not feel like there's anything beyond whatever is going on for you. But sometimes things have to break down completely in order to rebuild and really put you on the path that you're supposed to be on. I also have the card Divine Purpose. So there is a divine purpose for what's happening this week. So don't get too caught up in the, it feels like there's a lot of things that we may be working through this week. And it feels like we're getting pushed to, you know, sort of reconcile some things within ourselves rather than push it under to the rug. We're being asked to face things, so don't sort of get caught up in your electronics. Don't if you're struggling, don't sort of shut off and go looking to, you know, get lost in Facebook or, you know, on the net. Give yourself some time in nature where you can actually tune in and ask yourself what is actually going on, and give yourself some space and time to be able to sift and sort through those things that are happening, because it feels like there's a lot going on this week. So, okay, coming back to the Death card, it kind of comes up when, like, you feel like there's no hope sometimes, or, you know, there's a big shift or change coming in to your life, and this may be not one that you sort of really want to have happen, but in hindsight it will be. Like, you'll look back and go, wow, that was really meant to happen. That was really perfect for where I was wanting to go. So sometimes we have these goals. Okay, we have a desire to have something happen. We have a desire to have a certain relationship or a certain job, or, you know, we have a desire for something in our lives that we're wanting. And what starts to happen is things start to sometimes fall apart. And we start to think, well, what the hell is happening here? You know, it doesn't look like I'm moving towards my dreams. It looks like everything's falling apart. But what's actually happening is things are falling apart in order to reconstruct in a way that will get you what you want in life. And it looks like a distraction, but it is actually a rebirth, is what I'm feeling. So hold tight at the end of the week. Allow things to die and finish and come to an end, if that's what's happening in your life. And know that there is divine purpose in this. There is a higher reason. There is part of you. Now, where I believe we're always being, our higher self is guiding our situation, even if our personality self has no idea what's happening. So if you can sort of stand back in regards to that part of yourself that actually believes and knows what's actually happening on a higher level, you're actually going to be able to go through this process quite more easily than if you were just thinking that everything's just falling apart for no reason. There is a reason behind it, and it's up to us sometimes to work that out. It's like, it might not come to us straight away. We might have to do a bit of soul searching. We might have to get some quiet time and actually look into it. We may need to get some help from a practitioner, or we may need to get some counselling. This may be invoking something quite deep within you by the end of the week, and you may want to explore it with someone that can help you with that. And it doesn't feel too heavy for me when I'm feeling into this card. It feels like, there'll be new growth from this situation. And although it looks a little bit like the end of something, it may well be, but it's definitely going to be the beginning of something better for you. I'm just going to get another card just to reflect that. Okay, and it's a breakthrough. It will be a breakthrough because this is the Ace of Swords. This is about mental breakthroughs. So this could be something to do with you being able to really take control of your life after this situation. And this is what this situation is this is why this situation is coming up, or this is why this is happening, so that you can take control of your life and know that you're in charge of it inwardly, and know that you're the instigator and you're the creator and you're the person in charge of your experience. So that is your reading for the week ahead. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot going on, and you may need to just reach out to somebody if you're feeling a little bit like it's a little bit heavy. Please do that. Talk to a friend about how you're feeling. Do some journal writing. Find time to be in nature and be by yourself if you need to, just to get some clarity coming through. And just allow the process to be okay with whatever it is that you're experiencing at the moment. So that is your reading for the week ahead. Thank you all for joining me, and until next time, bye for now.